Hey there, folks. Welcome to the Nashville Lift Zone. I'm your host, Rockwell. Today I'm just going to give you all a big Seinfeld hello! Dun, dun, dun. Because it was one of those kind of nights. I mean, damn. This is one to remember here. Just crazy all the night. And I got a lesson in all this for you here, and a good story for you. So welcome to another edition of LYFT Confessions. Anyway, last night, it was a really weird night. Got up here about 7 o'clock roundabouts, and it was dead. I mean, dead. I got like 2 rides right off the bat. They were pretty decent, but after that, up until like 1 o'clock, I only really took like 3, maybe 4 more rides after that, and only had like maybe $35 in fares at that point. And this goes on up until like 1:30ish in the morning. And there's tons of people out last night. I mean, downtown, it wasn't as packed as it is on like a Saturday night or a Friday night. Today's Friday morning, last night was Thursday night. But, there's lots of people out there, and I'm not getting any hits. And I'm parked right in the middle of all of them, right there in downtown, just, on the side of the road, just waiting for something in the middle of all the bars. And it wasn't just me, it was every other Lyft and Uber driver. They're all parked on the side of the road in downtown waiting for a pickup. They're parked down the street at the gas stations waiting for a pickup. I went through the Exxon station in downtown to use the bathroom at one point, and every single parking space was Uber, Lyft, Lyft, Uber. And everybody's just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, just waiting for something to do. So I get a little concerned, obviously, at 1:30. I was like, wow, man, it's this sucks. But then at 1:30, that all about pretty much around 1:30, that all changed. From that point on, it was nonstop up until 7:30 here this morning. But there's one ride in particular, and that's going to be my lesson for today. And the lesson is why when a passenger gets in your car and they have not entered the destination on their phone, what you need to do is tell them, them sitting over here, hey, you didn't enter your destination, can you please enter that on your phone? And you want them to enter that on their phone in case there's any kind of an issue. And this story is going to be a perfect example of that. Anyway, the reason you don't want to, you want to try to avoid entering the destination on your phone is a lot of cities have, for example, here, I'm going to use the streets from last night. There's Brentwood Circle, Brentwood Drive, Brentwood Boulevard, Brentwood Street, Brentwood Avenue, here in Nashville, Tennessee. And those can be in all 4 corners of the city. So, you want them to enter the destination, because if they're going to Brentwood Drive, and that's in South Nashville, and you enter the destination on your phone and you put in Brentwood Avenue, for example, and Brentwood Avenue may be in North Nashville, so then you're taking them the complete opposite direction that they need to go. That's going to run their rate up. That's going to piss some people off. And I can, understandably so. If I was a passenger, I get in a ride and the driver takes me, 10 miles north, and I'm trying to go 10 miles south. Well, now I've paid to go 10 miles north. Now I got to go pay him, pay for another 20 miles, another 10 miles to get back to where we were, and then 10 miles past that to get, to where the passenger needs to go. So that's real important, make sure that, just in case there's a problem with that, if the customer, puts the wrong address in on the phone, and then they complain to Lyft about it, this guy took me to the wrong place, Lyft can tell who entered the destination. So if they entered the destination and it's the wrong address, Lyft's going to tell them, well, you're the one that entered the address wrong. The driver took you where you told him to take him. So that's not his fault. That's not our fault. That's your dumbass fault. But anyway, to get to the story, and that's just going to help, protect you. And that's, not something that's going to happen, all the time there, but, when it does, and eventually, it's going to happen. Someone's going to complain about something like that. That's why you want to have them enter the destination and not you. But anyway, so it's a little after 1:30 last night, and I'm parked in downtown in front of one of the bars. In downtown Nashville on Broadway, it's 2 lanes of traffic this way, 2 lanes of traffic the other way, and on either side of that, there's 4 lanes of traffic. There's another lane, a 5th and a 6th lane, specifically designated for taxi cab, Lyft and Uber pickup, the horse carriages, that kind of stuff. So taxi cabs and stuff have a place to pull off and not be blocking traffic while you're trying to pick somebody up. So that's where I am. And on Friday, Saturday nights, you're not really going to be able to park there and do this, because I was parked there for maybe like 45 minutes and not getting any hits right in the middle of all the bars and all the people, and same, like I said, same thing for every other driver out there too. So it wasn't just me, it was everybody. But I'm sitting there, just kind of minding my own business, kind of people watching, and there's 2 guys, or a guy and 2 girls that are up ahead, just in front of me, and they're kind of talking amongst themselves. I can kind of tell that they're they keep looking at their phones, so looks like they're trying to get a ride, and they may be checking Uber and Lyft or something like that. But one of the girls sees the Lyft sticker on my front windshield, and she comes over and taps on the window, and I roll the window down. She's like, are you waiting on a passenger? Do you have a ride? And I was like, no, I'm just sitting here waiting for someone to ping me, for a ride request to come in. So if you request me, then, if you go ahead and request a ride, you probably get me. So she runs over and, tells the other 2 about that, and then, all 3 of them come over, and, the guy's like, how do we specifically request you? He took the other girl's phone, and she was the drunkest of all 3 of them. The other 2 weren't really that bad, but she was kind of a little plastered. But, he's like, how do we get you? And so I'm, briefly explained to him, well, what the Lyft application does is it, when you request a pickup, it's going to try to pair you with the closest driver to you that's available. And so if you just stand right here next to the car and request a pickup, it, should pair the 2 of us together. So that's what he did, and that's what happened. It paired us together. So they get in, the 2 girls get in the back, the guy's sitting up here in the front, and the first thing I notice is, you didn't enter the destination. Where are y'all going? And he's like, we're going to Brentwood. Brentwood's south of Nashville, like 13, 14, maybe 15 miles. So, I'm like, okay, well, you go ahead and enter the destination, and I'm going to go ahead and, start getting us out of downtown here and get us to the I-65 south, so we can get you where you need to go. Because the ride was on the girl, passed out girl, as soon as she got in the car, she pretty much immediately passed out. So the ride's on her phone, and they can't wake her up to get the code for her phone to unlock her phone so they can put the destination in. So, finally I just say, okay, well, we can fix this real easy. And I pull my phone off the windshield mount here, and hit the add destination button on my Lyft side, and was like, handed it to him. He's like, here, just go ahead and put it in. That'll be fine for now, since it's kind of a unique situation. So that's what he does. But then after he puts the destination in, he's holding my phone, and on the bottom of my screen is drop off passenger or drop off customer, whatever it says. It's, you hit the drop off button and then the ride's over. And he accidentally hits the drop off button. So the ride's over and we've only got 2 blocks. So we're like, oh, well, crap. What are we going to do now here? So, I was like, do either of the other 2 of you have a phone with Lyft on it? And, the guy's like, yeah, I've got Lyft on my phone. Hang on, let me pull it out here. So basically we do the same thing. We just pull over to the side of the road, because I don't want to be driving if I'm, not getting paid. So I just pull over the side of the road, wait for him to request, pick up, and it paired us together again on his phone. And meanwhile, the other girl, the passed out girl's credit card's already been charged $4 to go those 2 blocks. And so he enters, gets on his phone, puts in the destination, which is, he's like, it's Brentwood Apartments on Brentwood Boulevard. So he put in Brentwood Boulevard in Brentwood. So now we're on our way. We're getting, going there. But this is another thing that really, screwed him, was after he clicked the drop off, and before he could hit, request pickup again on his phone, prices surged. Uber calls it surge, Lyft calls it prime time, but they, prices went up 50%. So now instead of the ride being the base fare, it's 1.5 times the base fare. And he's like, man, we deserve that. We really, fucked this up. We're drunk, that's no problem. Just get us where we need to go. It's all good. We'll give you some cash money for a tip. So we get down there, get off at the Brentwood exit, and the address that he actually put in was off the exit, but it wasn't the right address. It was Brentwood Boulevard. The address that he put in was a restaurant. So I was like, well, unless you all want to break in here and sleep in the kitchen, we got to figure out, where we actually need to go. So, oh, damn. So he puts, they chat real quick between them and, find the right destination. He changes it in his phone. This time it's actually the correct address. So we ended up getting them where they need to go. But, and then that ended up being like a $26 fare. Plus the $4 from the first one. And then he tips me $5, in cash, and then adds another $5 tip on the $26 fare. So that was that was really funny. And he was like, they're a little bit trash, but he was a real good sport about it. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. If you'd hit that request pickup button just a little bit earlier than a couple seconds earlier, then it wouldn't have cost so much. But he's like, man, that's my fault. That's my screw up. It's all good. So anyway, that's the lesson for today. If they haven't entered, the passenger hadn't entered the destination, then always try to get them to put it into their phone instead of you putting it into your phone. That way, if there's any problem, it's on them, it's not on you. So that's our LYFTZone Confessions. I can't stop laughing about this. That's our LYFTZone Confession for today. If you're thinking about driving for Lyft or Uber, at least for Lyft, go down in the description. Use my promo code. Nashville, it's $250. To sign up, but you got to use that promo code if you want to get that money. And details are down here in the description. So anyway, you all have a great morning. This is definitely one for the memory book. I'll talk to you all again soon. Have a great day, great morning, and I'll see you again in the Lift Zone for some Lift Zone Confessions. Check y'all soon.